Tonight, in a supermarket parking lot in Belgium, everything feels normal. Until three men step out of the dark with a plan. Headlights sweep across wet asphalt. Carts clatter. A parent checks a list. A child asks for chocolate. It's the kind of scene your brain files under safe. And that's exactly why this case still hurts. In the early 1980s, Belgium was hit by a series of attacks so violent and so unresolved that the country still carries the name like a scar. The Brabant Killers, also known as the Gang of Nivelle. Between 1982 and 1985, their raids left 28 people dead and many more injured. No one was convicted. The group vanished, and the mystery hardened into national trauma. What made the fear spread wasn't only what they did, it was where they did it. These weren't distant crimes hidden in deserted places. Many attacks struck ordinary public spaces, roads, shops, and especially supermarkets, where families went to buy bread, milk, and dinner. They turned routine into a gamble, and the money didn't match the terror. Over and over, people asked the same question: why so much violence for so little gain? That mismatch is the heartbeat of the Brabant story. It's why it doesn't feel like just robbery. It feels like something colder, like a message. Witnesses often described a small team, frequently said to be three core men. Over time, the public gave them nicknames: the Giant, the Killer, and the Old Man. Whether those labels were accurate or not, they captured the nightmare. A few strangers, moving with confidence as if escape was guaranteed. The attacks came in waves, then silence, then another strike. That rhythm trained people to live on edge. Belgians began scanning parking lots before stepping out of their cars. Shop owners upgraded security. People rushed their shopping. Parents pulled children closer. Regular errands started to feel like risk. Police chased leads across provinces. Tips poured in, some real, some mistaken, some fueled by panic. And panic creates noise. The louder the fear, the harder it becomes to hear the truth. Then as the case grew, so did the pressure to explain it. Was it a criminal gang that got bolder each time? Or something else? Something organized, protected, or politically motivated? Theories multiplied because the facts were never enough to shut them down. And then came the night that turned the case into legend. Aalst, 9 November 1985. A Delhaize supermarket, a weekend crowd, bright lights, checkout lines, people thinking about nothing more dangerous than the drive home, until panic tears through the routine. In a place designed for comfort and repetition, the world suddenly changes shape. Voices rise, footsteps slam. Someone drops a bag. A cart tips. In minutes, Belgium's sense of safety cracks again. What happened at Aalst became a symbol of the entire case. Not because it was the only attack, but because it showed something terrifying. The attackers didn't seem afraid of being seen. They didn't seem afraid of the consequences. They moved like the exit was already secured. And after 1985, they stopped. No note, no public claim, no clear identity. Just silence, like someone flipped a switch. That ending created a second mystery. If they were criminals, why vanish so suddenly? Were they dead? Arrested for something unrelated? Did they leave the country? Or did they simply decide the job was done? As years passed, the investigation itself became controversial. Different teams worked different pieces. Jurisdictions overlapped, leads competed, some witnesses contradicted each other. The file grew massive, and in a case like this, even small delays become disasters. A suspect who could have been questioned in 1986 becomes impossible to find in 1996. A memory that was sharp becomes fog. At one point, evidence linked to the case was reportedly found dumped in a canal near Ronquière. An eerie reminder that the killers left traces, but not answers. Physical objects can prove something happened. They can't always prove who did it. And so the case turned into a maze. Facts, rumors, theories, dead ends, and one heavy constant: families waiting. Then in 2024, the story seemed to reach a dead end. On 28 June 2024, Belgium's federal prosecutor's office announced the investigation would be officially closed, saying no active investigative steps remained. For families, that wasn't closure. It felt like a door locking without answers. Officials noted the file could be reopened if serious new facts emerged. And then, in 2025, the silence cracked. Reporting described renewed judicial pressure to pursue new leads, including a possible French connection angle examined by the Hainaut Court of Appeal, with prosecutors confirming further investigative work. It still didn't mean the case was solved, but it meant something important. The story refused to stay buried. Because this is the real horror of the Brabant killers. Not only what happened in those years, but what never happened afterward. No courtroom, no final truth, just an absence that sits in the middle of Belgium's history like a shadow. And if you're wondering why this case still haunts Europe, it's simple. The killers didn't just disappear from crime scenes. They disappeared from certainty. If you want more international true crime mysteries told with respect and clear sources, subscribe and comment the next country you want me to cover.